So, shooting at the Goodwood Festival of Speed back in July with the world's best camera, as we know, the Rx10 Mark IV. When I say the world's best camera, I mean sort of the world's most usable, everyday, all-in-one. And, you know, it is fantastic, and hopefully we will see a revised version of it at some point, but until then, the Rx10 Mark IV is one hell of a bit of kit. Capturing stuff like this, you know, it just blows my mind every time I shoot it. And, you know, it was brilliant for someone like Goodwood. It only weighs a kilo. I had a couple of batteries in the bag. I only actually used 2 for the whole day. I did also have the A7R Mark IV with me, and the 135G Master as well. So I did utilise that a little bit, but I actually utilised the Rx10 Mark IV for around about 90% of the day. Absolutely brilliant camera, capturing super sharp images with ease, fully controllable in manual, capturing action, obviously slow motion video, to, you know, high speed stuff, to slow stuff, just stills like this of an F1 car, just interest shots. But with that range, 24 to 600, and a fast lens as well, and obviously the very accurate fast autofocus, it worked brilliantly. So here are obviously a few shots I've taken with the Rx10. There's a load of video clips coming now with some slow motion as well as just normal stuff. So I hope you enjoy, and more photos later.
All good, thank you.
Thank you, cheers.
You go down.
Yeah, well done. Have a good day.
Thank you. I can't do it, There we go.
Wide on it.
It's nuts, isn't it?
Camera's wicked, isn't it?
Yeah. It's nuts. It's wide as fuck. Yeah, it's like a basket shot gone wrong. That's the Lotus, isn't it? Yeah. Nice paint job, it looks really shit. Yeah.
Terrible paint job.
Looks rubbish, the paint, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the windows are shit as well.
Yeah. I got a rash. It's a bit itchy.
And it's weeping.
Oh, it's the hydrogen thing, isn't it? I think, is it? Right. Oh, yeah. What's up, Buck? Nice.
Good morning.
Morning. How to say you're gay when you without saying you're gay? Minis. Polish those cars. Morning. Yes, thank you.
Good.
Oh. He's definitely right because I'm filming it. So shooting in HFR mode with the RX10, some really nice sort of slow motion going on here. This was at 250 frames per second. See the exhaust gases there, a little bit of slow motion as well. And then into the next clip where we are shooting at 500 frames per second, and we pretty much stopped the car. It was pretty cool to watch actually. Then basically you just go for joyrides in these Jaguars, and they just basically blast around this oval, which we could actually have a watch, and it was pretty cool to watch actually. A couple of the drivers weren't as good as the others, so I just waited till we got the better ones to come back out. But as you can see there, the way the rear wheels are spinning up, and actually it looks like there's some traction control system going on as well, because it does seem to slow it a little bit, but maybe that's just his foot on the throttle, I'm not really sure. But really cool to watch. As you can see, there are rally cars in the rally stage. It's a pretty cool little place to wander around in the woods, and especially it was really hot as well, so it was actually quite cooling hiding in the woods there. There goes one of the RAF, or the Royal Air Force Subaru rally car, which was pretty cool to watch. Little jump there. So yeah, shot at 250 frames per second there with the RX10. So, more slow motion. I did utilise it a little bit, and I just love the way that you can see this car bog down, starts to basically launch off the line. It just wheel spins and bits of crap flying everywhere off the road surface. Really cool to watch, and having the option to do this at 600mm as well. You know, obviously we can do it on our mobile phones and stuff, but you don't have that range and sharpness and clear sort ofness at that kind of range, so it really makes it usable. And also I wasn't going to get hit by stones. Bang. Oh.
Broken it. I turned the microphone down on this because it was literally like way up, way above.
Just let you, yeah, just video. I just didn't want to ruin your shot. No problem.
Yeah, so
So here are shots with the A7R4 using the 135G Master lens. I was able to stop the lens down enough, didn't use any filters at all, but managed to stop the lens down enough to and turn the ISO down enough to give me sort of quarter of a second some of the shots to get low enough to add some motion blur. So these, even though they're edited as in I've dropped the saturation of it just to lose the colour a little bit, they actually turned out pretty nicely. Actually, I was quite pleased. Ideally, I would have put an ND filter on, and I could have had the lens more wide open to lose the background, but it wasn't the end of the world. And to be honest, it kind of gave it more of a classic look, I thought, because we didn't have super fast lenses back in the old days. You know, they would have been, I mean, f2.8, I suppose, at the fastest back then, you know, so within period of the cars. So really pleased on how they turned out. And I say the Rx10 Mark IV performed brilliantly, as did the A7R4. As you can see, in a couple of interest shots here of the Rimac, the new hypercar, electric hypercar. Obviously, unfortunately, we didn't see everything driving and things like that. And the only thing I found with all these new electric cars is that they're so quiet. So they've kind of lost their character and a little bit of life that a petrol or diesel car has actually got, you know, in the real world. Here's one shot on the A7R4, and that's just a cropping of that same shot, just to show you the resolution side of things. Nice and sharp. Cool old Porsche here as well. Me messing around with the aperture again, just and slowing the shutter speed down so you can see the wheels there, a little bit of motion. Didn't work perfectly, but that's what I like, you know, having experimentation, messing about, and actually, you know, hopefully getting some interesting shots rather than relying on editing too much. Obviously, you can add motion blur and things like that. This is quite cool. It was up on top of a bridge, so I managed to get the old Mitsubishi rally car there going past, which is quite cool. This is another cropping, which is actually from the Rx10 Mark IV. As you can see, a little bit hazy, but that's just down to the weather itself, and I'm shooting towards the sun a little bit, but that's actually the full shot, just to kind of show you the kind of sharpness and resolution that we have to play. And again, another shot here, the Rx10. That's actually zoomed in around about 600, I think, and then backed out nicely to show the F1 car there. It was, I mean, probably about 100mm there, and the Ferrari F1 coming in a little bit slower shutter speed, so you can see the wheels moving, a little bit of motion blur on the tyres, but then backed out again just to show you we are nice and sharp. So as a camera, absolutely amazing. The fact it only weighs a kilo, you know, you can walk around all day with it with no drama whatsoever, and it was a really hot day, so I kind of regretted bringing the A7R4 with me, actually, because I could have carried a lot less stuff, and, you know, would have been a lot more comfortable. As you can see there, that's at 24 frames per second from the Rx10 there, and here's the major clips of which I managed to capture out. So the flame's just starting, and then next shot there, it's just about igniting at the back there, and then onto the next shot, there you go, the flame's just now coming to shot fully, and then the actual shot itself, and then the flame disappears. So that's how quickly things happen. So it's really good that you can actually see that and pick and choose which image you want. So on the way home, we had a little play with the Ferrari and actually McLaren as well. So it was quite a laugh, not being too silly, but just having a bit of fun. So it was quite nice to be in convoy with a couple of supercars that, you know, we could have a little bit of fun with and just enjoy yourself. And, you know, it was really nice that the fact that it didn't matter what car you're actually driving. The fact that I'm driving an RCZ, which is obviously Peugeot's concept vehicle from 2007 to 2014. You know, it was still kind of cool. And the fact we even got a wave from the Ferrari driver as he turned off and went one way and we went the other. So it just shows you that it's all about the passion of vehicles, cars, bikes and all that sort of stuff, the design, and just the physical being around organic things. You know, a car is quite an organic thing, you know, and we all, as car people, appreciate the design, the way they go, the sounds and everything like that. And that's what I was saying earlier. I think the electric car side of things is a bit numb. You know, I know you've got the new Rimac and everything like that. It does make some cool sounds, but it's not quite the same as, you know, a turbocharged car or a V8 or, you know, even a screaming motorbike or something like that. They haven't got quite the same amount of passion. And I think, you know, maybe they might put in some speakers to give us, you know, a replication of stuff in the future. I'm not really sure, but it'd be interesting to, you know, see and, you know, hear, obviously, if they do stuff like that. It would be really, really cool to keep that thing going. You know, so as you see here, the Ferrari guys just waving, see you later kind of thing, was really, really nice. And, you know, they didn't have to be like that, but it just shows you that, you know, I'm driving a, you know, a £6,000 car now, and they're driving a £100,000 to £200,000 Ferrari. It doesn't mean anything, you know, it's not nothing to do with the money, it's design, you know, it's down to the passion of the cars. So that was really nice to see. There goes a McLaren. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, and I'll see you soon. Any questions about the Rx10 and everything, just leave some comments below.